extra strong Sunday morning shot of BBLB.
The big news is yesterday at 1:51, Julio left the house by mutual agreement with Big Brother. We will let you know more about that in the news later on.
Now we've made it to day 6 of Ultimate BB, everybody. So sit back and relax and immerse yourselves in all things Big Brother for the next hour.
On today's show, we have the first evictee of Ultimate Big Brother, the South confessed most misogynistic man in the world. Lock up your daughters. It's John McCririck.
He's looking well, isn't he?
I love him.
Now, on Friday, the viewers granted him his wish to be evicted first, and we'll be quizzing him on why he spent 2 of his 3 days in the house in a silent protest. That is, of course, if he'll talk to us.
But as well as the Y-Front King, we've got this little lot for you.
One of the most controversial housemates who enter Celebrity BB. Let's hope he's left the gorilla coat at home. It's Pete Burns.
We'll be getting the lowdown on life after the bed sit with BB5's Marco and Ahmed and BB7's Ashleen.
It's a world exclusive as we follow John, James and Josie on their first date.
Zig and Zag get to grips with the Readinator, a.k.a. Alex Reid.
And chart-topping MC Example will be playing us out with his brand new single.
He entered the house holding up this sign, and after spending a paltry 97 hours serving at Big Brother's pleasure, on Friday he tasted freedom. Here's a recap of John's time in the house.
Big Brother just wanted to find out how you feel being an ultimate housemate.
Horrible. Absolutely hated.
Listen, Walrus face.
Who the hell are you to talk? Look at you.
I want you to be pleasant to other people.
Oh, don't be ridiculous. You're a decent soft, isn't he? This is British manhood at its best. Don't even ask to speak to me. Don't come to approach me and say this, that and the other. Nothing at all.
All housemates who think John is a nice housemate.
John!
Thank you, Britain! I love you all! Right, guys, you know the drill by now. Before we meet Mutton Chops himself, it's time to welcome rap artist, temporarily turned portrait artist. Example, hello, mate. We've almost finished the series Example. There's a lot of great pictures up on that wall in the gallery. Is there going to be another one by the end of today?
You know it.
It's good news, everybody. Right.
So Friday saw the tightest eviction in Big Brother history, with 50.6% of the vote. The first horse let out of the pasture with John McCririck.
Come on, you sexy beast.
Hello, John.
Listen, I know my people. They didn't let me down. The
now,
great British public, fantastic.
John McCririck, you are. John McCririck's a record breaker, everybody.
Yes.
The record breaker. You're the first ever male housemate to get booted out first.
No.
How about that? Usually a lady.
Fantastic. And the first housemate ever to be voted out and nominated by the housemates. Isn't it wonderful? People hate me, people loathe me. This is the proof, it's wonderful.
Now, you told Davina you'd placed the bet on yourself to come out
did.
first week. How much did you put on?
Well, it was a handy amount I needed because Endemol are so mean.
Yes.
Big Brother pays, as you well know,
Yes, no, indeed,
pays absolutely
indeed.
nothing.
Pittance.
I want to complain to them the miserly money they give, so I had to top it up.
How much did you bet?
A carpet 3-1. I got a fair sum.
How much did you bet
A
on?
fair sum. I
Come on,
could afford a night with Emma on that for the money that I won.
Do you promise?
Some
I
kind
did.
of indecent
I've seen the
proposal.
size of his cigar.
Okay. That's not a euphemism for anything. He generally smokes cigars.
Now, the public answered your pleas by
They did,
getting
they're
you out
wonderful,
first. So
aren't
would you
they
like
wonderful?
a little message
Oh,
to give
thank
to
you.
them?
I am so grateful. Thank you very much indeed. I know you so well. Winding up the housemates was easy. I knew you wouldn't let me down. You didn't. I'm here. I won.
That'll
I
do.
beat
Little message.
BB.
Do you want to know what the
message to
crowd
send,
thought
John.
of you on Friday?
They booed. Wonderful, wasn't
Come
it?
on, let's have a look,
Come on,
John,
let's have a look. Let's have a look. Come on.
Yeah, I'm happy John went. He's quite a rude housemate.
He just didn't really appeal to the public. He's putting on big act. Disgusting old man. Picking his nose. Yeah, walking around in those horrible pants. Yeah, everything.
We liked John. He was like,
He was like really, he was really annoying, but he was quite entertaining.
He just says anything. He doesn't care what he says. He doesn't care what it sounds like. He doesn't care what other people think. But I think it's all an act, and he's really, really good at it.
That is, I love
John,
Davina, but Davina, why do you say this to you?
Because
The girl who said he's a dirty old man, well, I agree with some of
bang on. No, but John, surely you did exactly the same thing when you were a celeb. You were moaning about Diet Coke,
Exactly.
you were moaning about being in the house, you're wearing your Y fronts all the time.
Well, I do normally. What's wrong with it? If you
that-
had the equipment that I've got, George, you'll be able to do it.
Well, I've heard about your big cigar, actually, John. Yeah.
So did you really only do it for the money, John?
Entirely.
Really?
No other reason. Who would go in that place with those ghastly people I have nothing in common with? They bore me. What would I do it for? Only for the money, to get out. It's the biggest pay time I've had for 3 days working my life.
What
Wonderful.
would you do, John? What would you have done on Friday
Oh,
night?
well,
it's all about a pound note, John.
It was inconceivable. I knew I was going. I didn't even thought about it. It was inconceivable.
I'd have loved to have seen you win that, John.
No, listen, you
No,
are a wicked
seriously,
woman.
I would
No,
have
you are.
loved
There's
it.
a streak of evil in you. No, there is.
John, how difficult was it being nice to everybody?
Very hard.
Really?
There's people I've no time with. They're pretty boring people, but they are nice. That's the trouble. They're nice people.
Right.
It's hard to be.
You felt the tree double crossed you a little bit there.
I mean,
didn't you?
totally. If you fulfil the task, and then they say, no, you've got to do more, that is totally against all the Big Brother rules and everything.
But
if you
Big
pass
Brother
the
met
task,
his match with you,
You
John.
did, yes. Because all I could have left, because I said to them before, give me the Diet Cokes, I don't want the silences and all that, but that's all, let's forget about it. But when Big Brother betrayed and reneged on their deal...
You went back to the silent treatment.
What else could I do?
What else could you? Backed into a corner.
Your silent
Exactly.
protest continued, though, right up until you left. Did you not want to say goodbye to anyone?
No, because what I'd said is, first of all, I want to be nominated, and I also want the public to have a vote. So I was nominated, but I didn't know what was going on out here, so I wouldn't speak until both those had been fulfilled.
What about Chantal? You could have said goodbye to her because you upset her
I
a
was
little
wrong.
bit, John.
No, seriously. Let's be a serious point. I was wrong because her emotions, what she'd been through. She was terrific with Preston. How many people, after 4 years being divorced, are nasty, spiteful, biting at each other? They were very, very good. And I didn't sort of accept or take in what they'd been through. And I was joking and laughing. We'd go back to Morocco where they had their honeymoon night in the bed, and we'll have a wonderful time as long as I can watch it. And it was wrong to do that. You're playing with people, and I fully accept it, and I apologise.
He's a nice guy after all.
Oh, no! Don't you start, Lamb. Don't you start. Anyone says he's got a heart of gold, oh, God, I'll get angry.
You have, John.
I have not. Don't you? No, listen here, Willis.
What about Josie? You quite liked her, didn't you?
She is.
Bristol
is fantastic. Do you know they had the task, the pantomime horse? Do you remember the task?
Yeah.
And that Andrew said I was a prick. Well, he's right there, but the only thing he's right about. But the great Bristol said, "Oh no, I'd like to horseplay around with him."
Do you know John James has? John James has proposed to her.
Well, it cannot last. But isn't it the greatest moment I think in all Big Brothers when that wonderful girl from Bristol said, "Someone loves me."
No.
Nobody ever done before.
No, that wasn't the greatest moment. That wasn't the greatest moment. The greatest moment was you
in your pants.
in the house in your pants. Have a look
I
at
love it, John.
In a world, in a house, lies a terror beyond all imagination. One man's Y-fronts, another man's fear.
I'm traumatized.
Pants. Rated PG. Be afraid. Be very afraid.
I just got to apologise. A little profanity crept out of John's mouth. But, John, I want to ask you about the reintroduction of the bed sit. What do you think of that?
I'm boring.
Yeah?
Really?
Not interested?
No, not interested.
Did you like it the first time?
Not interested.
Get him in the house. Get him in the house. You have to go in the house.
Okay, and who do you think has the potential to win Ultimate
Well,
Big Brother?
obviously Brian, clear favourite. The other one could be Ulrika, who'll come on stronger later, but she's so scrawny. I'm really worried about her health, seriously.
Right, okay.
Ulrika lose so much weight, but she's a nice kid, intelligent.
You look like
So
you've
between
dropped a
her
bit
and
of timber
Brian-
recently, John.
Well, I'm sort of being in that place and worried about it and hating it so much. When you hate something so passionately and you're determined to get your plan to get out, that's what I did. You know, I'm the only person who's been a housemate, who's been on BBLB, BLBL, whatever you're called. I've been fronted Big Mouth, and I've done Celebrity Hijack.
Let's
No
high
one
five
has
that.
done all four.
John McCruick, everybody. John McCruick, beautiful man.
Have a date tonight.
Let's have a look at this picture example. Let's see. Look at that.
Oh,
look at that.
I'm terrific.
John, you're going to be back
Lovely.
with us later, aren't you,
Terrific,
to give us some current odds on the happenings in the house. But brilliant, John McCruick.
No.
Right,
Don't you
part
start.
one, everybody. Join us
Bastard, I'm
after the
horrible.
break, when we'll have more on Coolio's departure and we'll find out what happened when our Randy Mare Josie went on her first date with John James. Do not go anywhere.